Hello, girls and boys. Welcome to Storytime Fun. We hope you enjoy it. Today's story is out of the Bible Stories for Children book. It is retold by Jeffrey Horn and Arthur Kavanaugh. And today's story is called David and His Harp. "Do not wait for Saul any more," God said to Samuel. "Go to Bethlehem, for there I have chosen a new king of Israel, one of the sons of a man named Jesse." So Samuel went to Bethlehem and gathered all the people to make a great sacrifice. Jesse came and brought all his sons to meet Samuel. Samuel studied each boy carefully. They were all tall and strong and handsome. Still, the Lord had told Samuel not to judge men by how they looked, but by what was in their hearts. And Samuel could tell that none of these boys was the new king. "Do you have any other sons?" Samuel asked Jesse. "Yes," Jesse answered. "My youngest son David is watching the sheep." "Send for him," said Samuel. When David came in from the fields, God said to Samuel, "This is the king I have chosen. Give him my blessing." David was handsome and strong, and his trust in God shone in his eyes. As David stood among his brothers, Samuel poured holy oil on David's head to show David that God had chosen him to be king one day. At that moment, David felt the Spirit of God fill his heart, and it stayed with him all his life. But when God turned away from Saul, an evil spirit filled the king. Even on the brightest days, Saul would fall into a bad temper, sometimes for no reason at all. He would sit and stare, and nothing anyone did pleased him. One day, Saul's servants came to him. "Perhaps, my lord, if we found someone who played the harp and sang sweetly," they suggested, "it would make you feel better and chase the evil spirit away." "Send me a man who can do that," answered Saul. "I hear that a man named Jesse has a son who plays the harp and sings beautifully," said one of the servants. "His name is David, and he is handsome and a brave boy who is careful to do everything the right way." So David came to Saul, and Saul loved him immediately. "Let your son David stay with me," Saul said to Jesse, "for I want him near me to help me." Saul gave David the job of carrying his armor, and David lived in Saul's house. Whenever Saul felt a dark mood coming over him, he would ask David to play his harp, and the evil spirit would disappear. David sang many songs called psalms, and we still sing them today. This is the psalm for which we remember David most. "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup runs over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever." Psalm 23. Well, that's it for today. We'll see you next time.